I didn't set out to destroy anyone that morning. I just helped a stranger on a crowded bus. 15 minutes later, I watched the most powerful person in my life lose all color in her face, because the stranger wasn't a stranger. And the sentence he said in the lobby cracked 12 years of lies in half. I helped a stranger on the bus. Minutes later, that same man walked into my sister's office, and she looked like she'd seen a ghost, because she had. My sister had always been untouchable, calm, sharp, always in control. But when she saw him standing there, her hands shook. Then he spoke calmly. "Hello, Vanessa. I believe you told your sister I was dead." I laughed at first, because it made no sense. Dead? Who tells someone that? My sister didn't laugh. She didn't move. And that's when I understood. This wasn't a misunderstanding. This was exposure. My name is Leia. I'm 31, and I've been the office manager at my sister's company for 3 years. Office manager sounds fancy until you realize it means I do everything nobody else wants. Phones, paperwork, cleaning, coffee, endless coffee. Vanessa is 7 years older. She lives like a magazine cover, designer clothes, a luxury SUV, a house worth more than I can even say out loud without feeling ridiculous. Meanwhile, I drove a dying Toyota and rented a studio so small it felt like a punishment. 12 years ago, our parents died in a crash. One call and my world folded in on itself. I was young, half-formed, barely functioning. Vanessa stepped in like a savior. She handled the lawyers, the paperwork, the estate. She told me what was left. After debts, she said, your share is $15,000. I didn't question it. Why would I? She was my sister. She was the only person I had. She also told me we had no one else. Our father's side was cut off. There was a grandfather, but he died years earlier, she said. Heart attack. No reconciliation. No family left, just the two of us. Years passed. I struggled. Then Vanessa offered me a job. It wasn't great money, but it was stability. I thought it was kindness. I didn't realize it was strategy. Keep me close, keep me dependent, keep me small. That Tuesday, my car died again. I had no choice but the bus. I was stressed, late, thinking about bills, when an older man climbed on board and nearly lost his footing. I caught his arm, picked up his cane. He thanked me like it mattered. He introduced himself as Ted, well-dressed, polite, warm, the kind of man who makes you think, this is what a grandpa should feel like. We talked the whole ride. When I got off, he asked to walk with me, said he might be interested in property. It didn't feel strange, just human, so I brought him to the office. Vanessa walked out in a perfect outfit, smile ready. Then her face emptied. It was like the blood left her body. She grabbed the door frame like she needed it to stand. Ted stood up slowly, calm as stone. "Hello, Vanessa," he said. "I believe you told your sister I was dead." I turned to my sister. She didn't deny it. She couldn't. He looked at me and said, "My name is Theodore Brennan. I'm your grandfather." The room tilted. I said it couldn't be true. Vanessa told me he died years ago. Ted's eyes didn't move from her. "Is that what she told you?" Ted pulled out a thick folder. Not drama, evidence. He told her he hired an investigator. "We can discuss what's inside," he said, "or I can take it to the police." That's when I saw it. Fear, real fear, on Vanessa's face. Ted explained. Vanessa told him I died in the crash. For 12 years, he mourned me. Meanwhile, she visited him for years, playing the loving granddaughter, collecting gifts, shaping his will, pushing for control. Then Ted asked me what I received from my parents' estate. I said $15,000. He went still. "Your father had life insurance," he said. "The house sold. There were investments." the total wasn't small. It was life-changing. My share should have been hundreds of thousands. And suddenly my entire adulthood made sense. That night, I dug through a box of sentimental papers Vanessa gave me. At the bottom was a letter addressed to both of us, listing everything: insurance, house value, investments. One line hit like a hammer, split equally between Vanessa and Leia. I called Ted. "I found it," I said. "I'm ready." Because once you see the blueprint of a lie, you can't go back to living inside it. Ted introduced me to his lawyer, sharp, experienced, allergic to fraud. She pulled the official court records. What came back turned my stomach. Petitions filed, documents signed by me, giving Vanessa control. Signatures I never wrote. The lawyer tracked everything: insurance payouts, house proceeds, investment liquidation. Debts were minimal. The rest went into accounts Vanessa controlled. That stolen money became the foundation of her company and the life she flaunted while I struggled. And it wasn't just me. What she did to Ted wasn't family drama. It was elder financial exploitation, systematic grooming for money and control. We didn't confront her immediately. We built an airtight case. Weeks of me smiling, making coffee, saying yes, Vanessa, while every word felt like swallowing glass. Then, one afternoon, the detectives walked in. Vanessa stepped out with her professional smile until they read her rights and put cuffs on her wrists. In that moment, she looked at me like I'd betrayed her. But all I'd done was stop protecting her crime. News spread fast. Clients panicked. Partners scrambled. Audits began. And when investigators pulled the thread, the whole sweater came apart. It wasn't one theft. It was a pattern. In court, she tried the same charm that worked everywhere else. But evidence doesn't care about charm. Documents don't get confused, and victims don't forget. Count after count, the truth stacked higher than her lies. The judge didn't soften it, betraying family, targeting the elderly, stealing from people who trusted her. The sentence wasn't symbolic, it was heavy and deserved. Restitution came, not winning, repair. I paid off debt, I went back to school, I built something small and honest, and I finally stopped living like someone else's afterthought. Months later, I got a letter from prison. Apologies mixed with requests. I read it once and threw it away. Some doors don't reopen, especially the ones built out of betrayal. Here's what I learned. Lies have an expiration date. Sometimes the truth takes years. Sometimes it walks in quietly, wearing a blazer, needing help with a cane. Be kind anyway. You never know what truth you're escorting to the front door. If this story kept you hooked, the next one will hit even harder. Click a video on screen now. Don't miss the part everyone talks about.